Max and Leafy face their fears in a thrilling shadow adventure in this story time. Have you ever seen a shadow so big it looked like a giant? Well, Max and Leafy did, and they had no idea what was waiting for them. The sun was setting over Tinytales land, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. The air was warm, the breeze gentle. Max, the flying fox, stretched his wings, ready for an evening glide. Beside him, Leafy the rabbit princess watched the wind ripple through the grass. That's when they saw it. A huge dark shadow moved between the trees. It stretched across the ground, long and twisting, shifting every time the wind blew. Max's ears perked up. Did you see that? Something big is moving in the forest? Leafy frowned. It's just a shadow, Max. Maybe it's from the trees. Max flapped his wings. Or maybe it's a monster. His tail flicked excitedly. Let's go find out. Leafy hesitated. Or we could stay here, where it's safe. But Max was already zooming ahead, gliding low over the path, eyes locked on the shadow. Leafy sighed. Max, wait! We don't even know what it is. But Max didn't wait. He darted between the trees, chasing the shadow, laughing as it danced ahead of him. Then, whoomp! Max yelped. His wings snagged on a tangle of vines. He twisted and turned, but the vines held tight. Uh-oh! Leafy! A little help here. Leafy hurried over, pressing her paws against the vines. She closed her eyes. The green leaves shimmered, shifting and untangling. With a final whoosh, Max tumbled free, landing with a thud. He sat up, rubbing his head. Thanks, but we need to keep moving. The shadow's getting away. Leafy sighed. Or we could just let it go. Max grinned. Where's the fun in that? Together, they followed the shadow deeper into the forest, Max bounding ahead, Leafy stepping carefully behind. The shadow grew larger, darker, stranger. It twisted over the ground, creeping up the trees. The branches rustled, whispering in the wind. Leafy's ears twitched. I don't know about this, Max. Max flared his wings. Come on, just a little closer. The shadow shifted suddenly, stretching out toward them. Max and Leafy froze. Their eyes widened. Max's tail flicked nervously. Leafy gulped. Then whoosh! The wind blew, the trees swayed, and the shadow moved. Not because of a monster, not because of something scary, but because of the moonlight. Max blinked. Wait, it's just a tree? Leafy stared, and the wind is making it move. They looked at each other. Then they laughed. Max flopped onto the ground, wings spread wide. I thought we were chasing a giant, or a dragon, or... He chuckled. Just a tree, just a silly wobbly shadow. Leafy giggled. I guess sometimes our imagination makes things scarier than they really are. Max rolled onto his side. You were right, Leafy. Maybe I should slow down and think before rushing in. Leafy smiled. And maybe I should be a little braver. The wind danced through the trees. The shadow flickered across the grass. No longer scary, just part of the night. Max stretched. Well, since we solved the mystery, let's go home. Leafy nodded. Agreed, no more shadow chasing, at least not tonight. They turned back toward Tinytales land, their laughter echoing through the trees. Behind them, the shadow danced in the moonlight, just another part of the world. That was Max and Leafy face their fears in a thrilling shadow adventure. A heart-racing story time for kids, straight from Tinytales land. If you loved this adventure, don't forget to hit the thumbs up to cheer on Max and Leafy. Want more exciting bedtime stories in English? Make sure to subscribe and join us for more of the best stories for kids, where magic, mystery, and life lessons come to life. Stay tuned for our next kids story from Tiny Tales Land, because the best moral stories for kids are just one story away. See you next time. Oh, you're still here? The story's over, you know. Go on, shoo, click search, find more Tiny Tales Land stories. There are plenty of adventures waiting for you. Still here? I see what's happening. You know something special happens when you stick around, don't you? All right, you win. Since you made it this far, I suppose you deserve a treat. Hold still. Poof! There, a little Tiny Tales Land magic, just for you. Can you feel it? A tiny spark of adventure, a sprinkle of wonder, a whisper of the next great story waiting just around the corner. And while you're here, let me tell you something. We appreciate you. Every time you listen, every time you explore a new story, you make Tiny Tales Land even more magical. And that means the world to us. Now, what will you do with your bit of magic? Maybe you'll imagine your own adventure. Maybe you'll close your eyes and dream of a flying fox and a rabbit princess chasing shadows in the moonlight. Or maybe you'll do the smartest thing of all, click and find another story, one just as magical as this one. Or, if you're really up for a challenge, try this. Close your eyes and make a wish, a small one, something only you will know. Whisper it, just between us. Did you do it? Good. Now keep it close, because you never know when a bit of Tiny Tales Land magic might make it come true. Go on now. Go explore. Tiny Tales Land is waiting. And who knows? Maybe I'll see you there.